I think I could be a food blogger. I'm pretty good at eating. What's going on, everybody? This is Zach with Strictly Shisha. Today I'm reviewing Kentucky Fire Cured Tobacco from Alchemist Tobacco. No, I'm not reviewing KFC chicken, even though I did eat that chicken for the clickbait, and yes, it was good. That was probably the first time I've eaten KFC in like 10 years, and to my surprise, it was pretty good. It was hot, it was fresh, it was crispy. I liked it. So my quick review on KFC, it did not let me down. I never thought I would like fried chicken, but I like that. So obviously this is not Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is Fire Cured Tobacco from Alchemist. So first thing you need to do, go on Alchemist's website and check out their little informational video on curing tobacco. I actually learned a lot from that video. So I had a basic understanding of curing tobacco. It's a process you need to turn the crop into a smokable product. What I learned from there is the curing process actually removes the chlorophyll from the tobacco leaf and oxidizes tobacco to make it in a more smokable state. So fire curing is long used in the tobacco industry, specifically for cigars. And by the way, Alchemist has been known amongst a lot of groups and even other tobacco manufacturers to have some of the highest quality tobacco. You know, I've had my gripes with them in the past because I always knew they could produce a product like this, something worthy of the hookah enthusiast. And along the way, they let me down. But they definitely made it up in this video and then with this product. It's definitely a great product. So the fire cured tobacco is different from normal flue cured or air curing tobacco because they actually introduce the tobacco to heat and they infuse the tobacco with smoke and other flavors, like in the video I learned hickory and things like that. That is just like when you smoke a meat, it actually infuses the flavors into the tobacco itself to make more of a smoky product. In addition, I heard that when you introduce it to heat early on in the curing process, it actually makes it more susceptible to heat and makes it heat managed a lot easier. Now, early on in my testing, I didn't experience it to be more susceptible to heat, easier to heat manage. I actually kind of found it to be heat sensitive. So throughout my testing, I've adjusted my pack methods and I've come to this method today, which I found it to be actually very susceptible to heat. And with the right techniques, it's performing extremely well and I'm definitely enjoying. So the way I packed this tobacco today in the fudge bowl, I actually fluffed it up just a little bit above the rim and I patted it down to almost a semi-dense, but with air pockets in there so the tobacco can breathe. When I densed it down in there, it did not perform well and the flavors did not shine. When I fluffed it, it just burned. I actually experienced this to perform extremely well in lower heat environments when it's packed underneath the rim. So that's what I've done today. As you guys can see from the pictures, it's underneath the rim and it's ripping. I actually needed a little bit more heat, which is why I have this ghetto foil wind cover thing on here. So this stuff is taking the heat today. I have 3 titanium cubettes on this tiny bowl and it is ripping. Let me take some hits. Super, super cold and smoky. So when I first heard about this fire cured tobacco, I tried it in Vegas and I was like, man, Sarkis packed me a bowl of this KFC Moonshine Mint and it was damn cold. I think there was about 20% in his mix and I was like, whoa, definitely hits you in the throat. It is cold. You taste the smokiness in there and it was different. That was my first impression. When I got it, I smoked it. It wasn't as cold as I remembered, but it was definitely smoky. So the cut on this looks similar to Tangier's, finely chopped, dark in color, but not juicy. It's a little bit on the dry side. So definitely mix it up in that container that they provide for you. This is the container that it is sold in. So for those of you who repackage your tobacco in these Chinese takeout style containers, by the way, this is microwave safe. You don't have to do that anymore if this is your preferred method of storing your tobacco. It's not necessarily airtight, and I did give it some gripes in the Old Country Lime review, just because it looked a little empty with 200 grams of tobacco, but general consensus is a lot of people really enjoy this type of container, so it's pretty cool that Alchemist went ahead and gave you one of these right off the bat. To move into Moonshine Mint, I say if you want a good introduction into the brand, this is the flavor to start off with. You get the cold, you get the bold, you get the peppermint, you get the tobacco notes, but there's an additional depth of flavor with the smokiness. You don't have to worry about masking with other fruity flavors. You can really taste what this tobacco is all about with this Moonshine Mint. For those of you who want to know how this compares to Tangier's Cane Mint, it's a totally different beast. Where Tangier's has that competitive between the dark note and the coldness and the mintiness, with this Moonshine Mint, you can actually taste the depths of the flavor. You can taste the smokiness, it doesn't mask it. The mint isn't overpowering, you can taste the dark leaf notes. So this is definitely different, and I think a lot of you will appreciate this. This is not something I smoke on a daily basis, but there are times where I crave those rich, dark, I want that buzz, I want that kick, which Tangier's doesn't really give for me anymore. Alchemist KFC gives me that kick, gives me that buzz. I'm buzzed right now, yes I am. Tell you the truth. But this does give you that buzz. So very, very different from that. I found this mixes very well. I mixed this with all the other KFC flavors, adds that minty kick to us, complements the smokiness in there. I mixed this with Tangier's when I ran out of Cane Mint. Pairs really nicely with a lot of different flavors. So I definitely enjoy this KFC. Like I said, not for every day and not for everyone. But for those of you who want that smokiness, you want that woodiness, you want something different, you want what you actually craved with some of the original Alchemists with their bourbon barrel stuff, this gives you that real woody smokiness, and it's a proven method of curing tobacco. Like I said, this is an age-old process. Not something I'm familiar with and not something that the hookah industry is familiar with, but Alchemist brought us something different with this. And I think for those of you who like your dark leaf tobaccos, you like your complexities, this is something for you. Start off with the Moonshine Mint, segue from there, move on to the other flavors. I did my review of Old Country Lime, really appreciated that flavor, so check that video out if you haven't. But thank you guys always for watching. I'm gonna put another round on this because this thing can definitely take the heat. It's got good longevity and I'm enjoying this bowl today. Thank you guys always. Enjoy the holidays, but I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.